So, first of all, welcome back. I wanted to make, I'm gonna be swinging. I don't know if that bothers, but just to keep this little guy happy. He hasn't eaten yet, but he's just chilling. So I wanted to first of all thank you all so much for the love and the support on the past videos. I was really, that was my main concern, not concern, but my main, how do I say this? The main things that I was like worried about or that I was thinking is, you know, how is it going to be when we get home with the dogs and with Alessio and just, you know, everybody's emotions and whatnot. So that was kind of, that was my biggest, you know, thing that I was concerned about, and I'm so glad that it went well. So this little guy's been home for 1 week, and I thought that it would be a good idea to make weekly short videos just about, you know, what I've learned, how it's been with the newborn, and just what you actually need. And it's much simpler than I thought, you know. It's a first baby, we get a lot of things at the baby shower, and I am beyond grateful for everything that we've gotten at the baby shower, for everything that, you know, I wrote down to put in my baby bag. And so I just wanted to maybe make these little skits weekly, and at the same time for new moms or expecting moms, just to, you know, see, are you talking? Just to see what it's really like and the things that surprise me. So I put them in 2 categories, things that I've learned, or, you know, that surprised me that I haven't really spoken about before, and then things that you actually need. So our nights have been pretty easy. He wakes up once or twice a night. It's really not that bad. Like, if you've ever worked nights in your life, this is really not any harder. It's quite easier. You're in your bed. So the things that I've learned, one, that you shake a lot during your labor. So that's one thing that I learned. I'll do a separate video about my labor and my birth story and how I gave birth to a 9.5-pound baby. So that's another subject for another video. But the basic things that I learned, I wrote them down. Breastfeeding. So my first week breastfeeding has been quite easy. I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt at the beginning. The lanolin cream that I got from my girlfriends is the best thing that I've been using for that. It's kind of like getting an Indian burn for 10 seconds, and then you just get over it and it's fine. The only thing I could say that I recommend is just to put it as like a big, you want an as big latch as possible, if that makes sense. So I think the bigger the latch is, the less it hurts. And you just kind of wing it. You see what your baby wants, what you want, you know. No judgment, just keep doing what you're doing. I didn't get any consultations or anything, and the nurses didn't help me. By the time the nurse came in, I was already breastfeeding, because that's the first thing I wanted to do when I got my baby, is to breastfeed. Don't forget, I did have a C-section, so it was 2 hours since he was born that I didn't see him. So I was like, okay, it's been 2 hours, I need to see my baby. And then by the time they brought me up, my instinct was just to, you know, whip him out and have him feeding. It took 3 days for my milk to come in, but it came in, and then it was just, that's it, that's all. The first day is a little bit harder because they're changing from meconium to like their normal, to digesting your breast milk, which I guess is hard for the first time. So that was a little bit harder. We had a little bit of colics and a tough night. Other than that, it was super smooth. So anyways, I don't expect every night to be perfect. I expect some nights to just, you know, be rougher than others. Not all babies like sissies, so I was quite surprised. In the last video, you saw him with a sissy. We put it in his mouth and then put a blanket so that he wouldn't spit it out, because he was just like spitting them out like they would they would fly everywhere. So he hates sissies. I don't even carry them with me. He doesn't like them. So I guess that's good because you don't want to create a dependency, but he's fine without a sissy. And the last thing is co-sleeping. What I learned is that, especially with a C-section, I do still keep a bassinet close to the playpen that I have, the NUNA Senna. The NUNA Senna, I keep that beside our bed because it's quite far to walk to the nursery when you're cut below your belly. Especially the first days. So I kept that beside the bed, and what I did is I put him to bed in that with my cushion that I got from Sleep Tight, which is a Quebecer company, Canadian and Quebec company. So I put him in that, I put him to bed in that, and then what I do is once he wakes up, the first nights Evan would come bring him to me, I would nurse, and then I just put him to bed with us between us because then it's just easier and that way we don't both have to get up for nothing. And so last night for his 7th day, which is 6th night I guess, he actually only woke up, I fed him at 12:30 and then 4 a.m. and then I woke up at 8 o'clock. So realistically I woke up once during the night, which is pretty great for a 7-day-old baby. So you just do you know. But those are the things that I learned. And the things that I would say you need the first week for now is onesies, 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 nighties. I love nighties because I hate sleeping with socks. And I think my baby does too. Like he just likes to be free. So I find nightgowns, gives him the comfort, the warmth, but his feet are free and his legs can just roam around freely in his little nightgown. So I'm a real sucker for nightgowns. Those are really my favorites of the first week. Comfy PJs for yourself. Like you don't need maternity PJs necessarily, just like really loose t-shirts that are easy to breastfeed in during the night when you're half asleep. That's really the key. A bed near your bed, like I said, a crib or something near your bed, because not only do you have to wake up at night, but make it easier on yourself and you don't have to walk all the way to the crib. I mean, I'm not against the crib. He sleeps in it all day. That's where he does all his naps pretty much. So I still want him to be able to nap anywhere. So he naps in a bassinet, in the NUNA Senna, in his crib, in the chair, the swing. So I want him to be like versatile in anywhere. I just want him to sleep where he can sleep. Another thing is blankets. You need a lot of blankets because as soon as they get throw up or poop on them, you don't want to keep using them. So I have like a rotation of blankets that I keep in the wash and then, keep using. And the last thing is nipple cream. I did mention it before. It's like the #1 thing that I've been using every day is my nipple cream. So, one last thing that I didn't write down. So nipple cream and your haka. So I was told or recommended to use a haka, which is just like a breast pump but with no pump. And it's just like, it's suction because when you're feeding with one side, the other side leaks naturally. And I've been able to get like 3 ounces while he's drinking on one side, I'll get 3 ounces on the other. So I don't even know yet if I'll have to pump, we'll see. But that was really practical and it makes you keep your shirts longer because otherwise you ruin your shirts right away. So that's our first segment for the first week. I'm gonna do these weekly and I'll give you guys an update as well at the beginning of my bump and how like I'm recovering and how my stomach is and all that stuff so that you can see the journey of recovery when you have a C-section. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I hope this video was not too long and I hope you appreciate it. If you have any questions about having a newborn or just questions in general about how things are or whatever, please comment down below, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much for getting us to 1,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. It's really a fun journey. We love it. And I just want to share, hopefully it's going to help people or, distract you on your busy day or whatever. Make you happy just to see a little baby or just to know, how it is in the first week of life. So thank you so much, and I will catch you guys next week.